Hey, what's up, everybody? Colbert King Conversations. Thank you for joining me today. If you are new, welcome. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you are looking and you say, hey, I may want to join her, please like, comment, or subscribe, or all three. I'm appreciative of it. Today, we are going to get into a little talk about stretch versus stress. Now, when I'm saying stretch versus stress, sometimes we encounter situations that at the beginning they seem very stressful to us. They're different, they're new, there's something we haven't encountered before. It may be hard, difficult, all the things, but we have to stop and consider sometimes that maybe we're not supposed to look at them as being stressful. It could be God's way of wanting us to stretch. So stretch, not stress. Now, when I say stretch, I'm talking about stretching your mental capacity, stretching your willingness and your desire to learn more, stretching your action, stretching your mindset. And it all begins with stretching your mindset. A lot of times, things that are hard, we either will procrastinate doing, I'm speaking procrastinate for myself because I have been in that position because something seemed a little bit out of my comfort zone or a little bit harder than what I was used to. Maybe it entailed more work or something like that. And instead of stretching my mindset and stretching my capacity to do, I would procrastinate and just kind of take my time about doing it or look at it like, now, is this really something that I'm supposed to do? We can always pick up ways to doubt what we're supposed to do whenever something is hard or it's different than what we're used to. And so I'm just inviting you to look at the difficult situations you may be going through in life and see if instead of stressing about them, you can stretch your mindset or stretch your capacity to act on it. It may not be that it'll come all at once, and it may not be that you will, I don't have nothing on. Oh, y'all tell me if I got something in my nose. Oh, okay, right. This is live, so hey, it is what it is. But see if it is something that you could enlighten yourself or learn more about, or do that hard thing, do that difficult thing, or just do that different thing. We are creatures of habit sometimes, and we don't like change a lot. But the more we do the thing, the better we will be, and sometimes the easier it will get. Now, that's not a guarantee that it's going to always get easier, but you will learn. Your mindset will be stretched, and you will get a different understanding of maybe how to do something or even the why of doing something. But and really, you can take it like physical exercise. Before you go do some exercise or walk or lift weights or whatever it is you do, if you went through any kind of training in school or young when you were young and did sports, you had to stretch. There was a 5, 10, 15 minute, however long, but you had a session of stretching. Now, you did this so you would be able to endure more, so you would be able to not hurt yourself, not tear something, or that kind of thing. So, if we look at stretching our mind towards action before we begin a task, then we can see it more so as keeping ourselves from either falling into something we're not sure we should be, or we could be keeping ourselves from going into something wrong. I'm trying to say going into keeping ourselves from hurting ourselves any further than what we think the situation is calling for anyway. We're conditioning ourselves. We are learning more about ourselves because we're doing an inner reflection. This stretching mindset is more of an inner reflection to know what you can and can't do. And what I have always said, what you can or can't do, if you believe you can or can't do something, you are right. You are right. Because what you believe, whether good, bad, indifferent, is what you will put out. That's what your mindset believes, is what you will produce. So, all I'm saying today is look at that stressful situation that may have been giving you fits or that you're just contemplating on and don't know which way to turn. Look at that as, how can I stretch myself to make this happen? How can I stretch my mindset to learn more about it? How can I stretch my capacity to think different about it? Anything like that that will propel you to action, because we can sit in inaction because we are not sure of what we should be doing. But if you caught my one of my conversations on a different video, I talked about you have to know your destination. You have to know your destination before you can get the details about it. Nothing, if you type in a destination, then you'll get some directions. But if you just type in directions, it's like, where am I going? Where am I going? So all I'm saying is stretch your mindset, stretch your capacity to learn, go beyond your comfort zone as much as possible, because your victory could be just on the other side of that uncomfortableness. None of us like to endure pain if we don't have to, but when we do, most of the times we learn from it. And I don't, if you guys can hear that wind, it is blowing something fierce here in Missouri. I don't know where you are and where it may be hitting you, but it's blowing great. Yeah, it's blowing here. So thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear some comments about what you have been stretched in your life. If you had a stressful moment, but um, you made it within your mind, you said, you know what, I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to stretch myself and see if I can accomplish it, or see if I can reach this point in life, or do something, whatever it may be. Drop in the comments if you've had situations like that, or if you've encountered people that you've had to stretch yourself to interact with. Sometimes we have people that we encounter, excuse me, that are not necessarily what we would like to encounter. Sometimes attitudes or things like that are not exactly ideal. However, we must learn how to interact with people and do the things for the accomplishment of a goal. So drop in the comments if you've had to stretch yourself instead of stress. Stretch instead of stress. Excuse me so much. Sorry about that. But so I hope everybody's having a great day today. This is Wednesday where I am. I don't know if I have people in other countries that may be watching. It may be a day before or a day after. So thank you for joining me from wherever and whatever time zone you are joining. Keep in mind, stretch yourself when possible. Don't stress. Thank you for joining, and I will catch you next time, soon as I find out how to end this stream.